Hi everyone, Kate here from the corporate office in Scottsdale, Arizona. In this Did You Know session, we're going to be going over social media, but focusing in on Instagram specifically. And the purpose of this topic is to share some of the best practices realtors use for their Instagram accounts. And for further assistance after the webinar, you can contact your agent services department, which we have posted into the chat in case you don't know the number to call. So jumping right on into it, social media are computer-mediated technologies that facilitate the creation and sharing of information, ideas, career interests, and other forms of expression via virtual communities and networks. Some of those communities and networks are what you see right here on your screen. So let's go through and name each platform. Starting from left and going all the way to the right, we have Twitter, the bluebird icon, Instagram, which is that colorful camera, Pinterest, which is that red P, Facebook, the blue F, Tumblr, the blue T, YouTube, of course, we all know that one, and Snapchat, that yellow and white ghost. Yes, there are many platforms. And yes, they are all very similar, but also different at the same time. And for those who are starting out, but also have plans to become a part of every network to better your market business, to better market your business, yes, it can be confusing to remember which one does what. Eventually, though, you will know them like the back of your hand. No worries. And actually, here are some easy ways you can remember each one and what they do. So you can think of Twitter and remember that the bluebird tweets, or that the bluebird is tweeting. And actually, funny enough, when you post something on Twitter, they actually call it tweets or tweeting, which I'm sure you all have heard of. So there you go, kind of an easy one. Instagram is a fun photo sharing app and website. It's typically known for being all photos and images, so you can kind of remember that by seeing the colorful camera icon. Pinterest lets you pin certain things other people have posted to a board that you create. Yep, you guessed it, like a pin board. So the icon resembles, kind of a red target with a capital P inside for pinning. Facebook is Facebook. It's been around for some time and pretty much started the whole social media bang. And the icon doesn't really necessarily represent what the network does. However, you can remember it by the F for Facebook and the fact that the blue square could kind of represent a book. And since Facebook started it all and leads as the world's largest social media platform, you can do just about anything on it. So Tumblr is a little more tricky since it's very close to Twitter and also has a T in the name. It has the same goal as Twitter also, but aims to encompass a lot more than what Twitter covers. There is actually a wide gap between what you can do with Twitter and with Tumblr, and because of that, Tumblr is actually seen as a more complete blogging platform than Twitter is. So if you can remember the bluebird tweeting for Twitter, then you'll know that the T icon is for Tumblr. YouTube is another one that has been around for a long time, and I'm sure we have all watched at least one YouTube video by now. So there really isn't much to explain on this one. It just mainly hosts videos people post to their channel for the whole world to see. And it's a great place to search whenever you want to learn something new. There's literally a video for everything. It's amazing. I love it. Lastly, Snapchat. Snapchat is one of the newer platforms that began as a mobile app. The original purpose of Snapchat was to send photos to your contacts through the app, And then you could set a timer on how long your friends could look at that photo before it disappears forever. Hence the ghost icon. Yes, so you can kind of remember it that way, but nowadays Snapchat can actually do so much more than just setting a timer, and it's recognized for a lot of other things that it can feature now. So today we're going to focus on Instagram specifically, and now that we all know of Instagram, we can take a closer look at what it entails. So we'll learn the basics and benefits of Instagram, as well as the best ways it can improve your real estate marketing. Now, I mentioned how Facebook is the lead as the world's social media, social media network, the lead in that. But here's a fun fact on that regarding Instagram. According to adweek.com, anyone who uses Facebook and Instagram will tell you that the two platforms are quite different. And you may or may not already be aware of the fact that Facebook owns Instagram. The fact that the world's largest social media platform is Instagram's parent company has caused some marketers to view them as a single entity. And I can actually back that up myself. A few weeks ago, I was on Instagram watching a celebrity's live story. And in their live story, they talked about a campaign they were trying to raise money for. And in efforts to raise as much as possible, he mentioned how he was live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. And then at one point, he stated how many viewers were watching his live story at that very second on each network. Instagram killed Facebook. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like 150,000 viewers on Facebook and then like 800,000 viewers on Instagram. I was really, really, really surprised. I was just kind of under the impression that Facebook was still the lead in every aspect, which it is in a lot of cases, but this one just kind of stood out to me. So I thought I'd share. All right, now for a real fact. As of December 2016, Instagram has garnered an average of 600 million monthly active users. Yes, you heard that right. 600 million users are actively snapping pics and posting them to their Instagram account, or just creeping through other users' accounts on a monthly basis. Somehow or another, they're on that platform and active. Pretty interesting. So what can Instagram do? Other than letting you post images and videos to your account or your Instagram wall or profile, whatever you want to call it, you can post a story, because everybody has a story, right? So Instagram stories differ from your main Instagram feed in that they lack permanence. So they're photos and videos that last for only 24 hours. And like Snapchat, they can be enhanced with drawings or special filters. So to fully harness the power of this feature, make sure your stories enhance your brand, guys. And then further than that, the more stories you post, the more likely you'll appear at the top of someone's Instagram feed while they're on the platform browsing. So here's a couple ways to leverage this wonderful social feature for your business. Number one, show off your creative process. Maybe it's some home improvement project you've been working on, or a video of you at a showing for one of your listings, or simply just a high quality shot of that listing itself. These kinds of targeted looks at your creative process can really build a new level of trust with your audience. Number two, share a raw, informal glimpse into your business. So Instagram stories may be temporary, but their effect on your overall brand isn't. And polished stories that show a real but still tactfully created look at your business are key to humanizing your brand to existing customers and potential sales leads. So kind of just keep that in mind. So I talked a little bit about Instagram Live earlier, and while Instagram stories have been blowing up over the past year, fewer brands are using Instagram Live for their business. And I think that's really a shame, because Instagram Live is an incredible channel for driving new followers and engagement, as well as your larger business goals. But, I get it. The idea of going live on Instagram can be seriously daunting. It's not for everybody. But, while Instagram stories gives you the option of publishing pre-recorded video, there are no retakes on Instagram Live, which is why it's kind of daunting. So, like Instagram stories and regular Instagram posts, if you're able to drive a ton of engagement and viewers on your Instagram Live video, you can end up on the Explorer page, which will expose your business to even more people that you don't even know yet. It's kind of like what Todd says, expanding that sphere of influence. So definitely something that you're going to want to try to do. So here's a little quick, a great quick guide to how live actually works. So first, you'll start a live post by going to your stories, or go to create a new story. And there will be an option for live at the very bottom of the screen. So you're going to click start and share yourself. Do your thing. And then when you're finished, you'll click on the end, which is going to be at that top right-hand corner, kind of in that first picture you're seeing there. After that, it will ask you to confirm ending that live session. And then lastly, you get to see everyone who tuned in, and then it tells you that you will no longer be viewed on Instagram. So that is kind of the sad part. But that's because it isn't live anymore, and that's the whole point. If it didn't save and stay posted on there for longer than your actual session, then it wouldn't really be live, and then it would just be one of the regular posts. So that's kind of what makes it a special thing here. And like I said, although it is sad to see the live session over, and it's annoying knowing that other people missed the chance to view it forever, just think of the urgency that this creates. After you've established a decent reputation on Instagram, your live stories get attraction and more buzz. Also, the more you post, the more you're on people's feeds, like I had mentioned. And then eventually, you'll get your friends and their friends talking. Some will see your live story and some won't, but at some point, those who missed out are going to know that they've missed out, and they're definitely going to be sure to look out for your next one. My last note on this is the live comment feed. So while you're live, the people tuning in to watch can send you comments and interact, participate, and engage with what you're showing. And this is probably the most exciting part about being live, getting to see everyone who is interested in what you have to share. It's a great feeling when you see people engage with your business, because that means they're paying attention. Having people comment on your story creates conversation. Even if it's not a conversation with you, anyone watching can see other comments being sent. So everyone's connected and everyone talks about what you're doing. And then comments are also a great way to answer questions people might have, which just shows your knowledge and expertise in the industry. So really, really awesome opportunity that we have here right at our fingertips for free. So how can you build your own Instagram success story? Start by asking yourself these questions. Number one, what's the age demographic you're trying to reach with your Instagram account? Over 80% of Instagram users are under the age of 34. So if you're planning on selling homes to baby boomers, Facebook might be a little more suitable it might be a little more of a better social media platform to use. Number 2, are you most comfortable with conducting your social media marketing via desktop or mobile? So Instagram specifically is a photo sharing app. So while there is a desktop version of the app, the functionalities are limited and just kind of different. So to garner real Instagram success, you'll need to trade in that desktop for your smartphone. And it's just going to be a lot easier for you. Plus, you'll be able to post and do things wherever you are rather than remotely at home at the desktop. Number 3, are you ready to get a little bit more personal? What makes Instagram great is the ability it has to get your followers seeing a behind the scenes or an inside look into your real estate business. So, if you're not one who really likes to share a whole lot or share what you do with people, and you're more of a private person, think about that. Maybe this isn't the right timing for you to start on social media. So definitely keep that in mind, because that's what it's all about, is sharing yourself, sharing your business, sharing you with the world to gain business. When it comes to Instagram, it's all about quality over quantity. Sure, you can snap a pic of just about anything, add a snazzy filter, and push it onto Instagram for the masses to see, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily should. What you should do is post relevant content, including a mix of real estate and your everyday life. Remember, Instagram is ultimately a social network, so potential followers aren't interested in following an account that isn't visually appealing and human. Instagram also has a great help center to help users navigate through the app. But all of this leads me into the do's and don'ts of Instagram for real estate. So, starting from the top here, post photos and videos that you actually recorded. Sounds reasonable, right? The main reasons your audience follows you is to keep tabs on the newest and best listings you represent. Hear your thoughts on local market conditions and see what your clients and colleagues have to say about your business. That means posting content that's actually photographed and recorded by you. That's essential. Create rough mini scripts for short listing videos. Know exactly what you want to say about your real estate listing in your Instagram videos before you hit record, guys. Yeah, being spontaneous, with your videos can help you come off a little bit more natural. But in the limited amount of time you have with these recordings, which is about 3 to 15 seconds, it's vital to make them, the best they can possibly be, or at least to make the most of them. So prepare a little bit so that they come out right. Get past clients to participate in testimonial videos. So just as you can and should with your real estate YouTube channel or any of your other social media platforms, get satisfied clients to appear in testimonial videos. 15 seconds is definitely a limited amount of time to get comprehensive footage of a client's review. However, a series of videos showing off your happy clients in their new home and how their lives have changed since making their big purchase, along with a short testimonial, that can really be effective when other people are watching. Automatically share most posts to Facebook and Twitter too, so in addition to on your Instagram. So in your account settings, you can set it up so that every time you post a photo or a video to your real estate Instagram account, it will also appear on your Facebook and Twitter. You just have to link them up. Show off your personal side from time to time. Who would you rather hire? your real estate agent, someone who speaks in a monotone and barely, rarely smiles and shows off their personality, or someone who's bubbly, someone who knows how to relate to people and is seemingly enjoyable to speak with. It's okay to show off your fun side on occasion via your Instagram account. The trick, though, is moderation and knowing when to post such kind of content. So, for instance, taking pictures of your agency's annual summer barbecue or a selfie with old clients can do wonders for your image. Just be sure the majority of your photos and videos posted to Instagram relate to your day-to-day. So, exhibiting listings, relaying market updates, show your day-to-day in there. Respond to posts, comments, and reply to followers' posts. This may not happen as often as you'd like, at least early on with your Instagram account, but reply to comments made about your photos and videos. If someone enjoyed a shot you took, say thanks. If a user asks you a question about a listing, answer it either on Instagram or take it, by email or by a phone call. Small touches can really make a difference with top and middle of the funnel leads. So those who are simply pursuing listings and gauging their interest in buying homes, they're going to be paying attention. All right, so don't do these things. Those were all of the things you want to make sure to do. Now we're going to focus in on what you don't want to do. So don't use and alter stock photos for your account. Some real estate agents think they can game Instagram, so to speak, because they assume, adding text to stock photos and using them to promote their business is a good way to go, but no, you cannot be more wrong. Original, appealing real estate photography detailing your actual listings is the only way to get users to become followers and actually check out your Instagram real estate marketing. You already spend a great deal of time at your listings anyway, so just remember to snap a few shots here and there to stockpile visual marketing, collateral for the business. Moving on here, don't request or buy followers or likes for your account. Nothing says desperate, quite like asking random people to follow you on social media. The only thing worse would be to buy followers. But in case you weren't already aware, that's not really worth your time or money. You could probably take a guess, but if it was something that you were thinking of doing, it's just really not worth it. Don't try to get, users to like your content. Seeing one of your posts has a couple dozen likes, it might spark an interest among some of your non-followers, but it's really just simply not worth it because the whole point of Instagram is to increase brand awareness. And again, for free. I think I mentioned that earlier. So spend your hard-earned money on other real estate marketing tactics rather than getting people you're never going to sell homes to or represent in deals to become evangelists for your business on social media. Don't edit listing photos to the point where they become unrecognizable. Sure, the occasional touch up and fixed for the poor lighting or to kind of enhance the contrast of the colors and brightness of a listing photo is totally okay. But alterations that change images entirely, make it look like a completely different place, that's not going to help your real estate marketing efforts at all because it's untrue. Don't solely post pics and videos of your life outside of real estate. So over-posting your day-to-day outside of work will make your account lose focus and in turn, followers. So remember that your account should humanize you to your audience, but your photos and videos should almost all pertain to your real estate business. That's really what the account is for. If you think balancing your personal and business posts could become problematic, just my advice to you would be to set up 2 Instagram accounts. One for your friends and family, you know, kind of a personal one, and then the other strictly just for your real estate marketing or for your business. And then you can add a privacy setting to your personal profile, so only your connections or only really your family and friends can see your personal photos and videos and things like that. Don't comment on every post your followers publish. Comment and tag judiciously on Instagram to avoid becoming an annoyance to your followers. If you want to engage with certain users to gauge their potential as possible leads, then try to find their email online to start a private conversation as opposed to request a talk via their Instagram posts. You'll save them from spam-like comments and yourself from tarnishing your brand and personal reputation. So just don't be annoying. Try to be appropriate and do the things at the appropriate time and the appropriate amount. Don't use a million hashtags or inapplicable ones. The main negatives that can arise from hashtag use is high volume. So tweets, status updates, and other social media posts that feature several hashtags often tend to come across as spammy. Additionally, they take the focus away from the message of the post. For instance, if you share a link to one of your real estate blogs posts and then use like 5 hashtags, your blog link won't even stand out. And then it might not even get clicks as it would have without the hashtags. So keep that in mind too. So speaking of hashtags, take advantage of popular, relevant hashtags, kind of like these here. So hashtag real estate, realtor, realty, broker, for sale, new home, house hunting, $1 million listing. And if you didn't know really what a hashtag was, it's really just kind of throwing titles onto your posts with the little number sign to kind of just create some more buzz about it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, but some more specific hashtag ideas that I have for you would be right here. So number 1, hashtag your target neighborhood. So if you're a local expert, which you should be, then you need to engage with people who live or want to live in your target neighborhood. A picture of a beautiful home or for a great price should generate a lot of traffic. But if that traffic doesn't live or want to live in your target neighborhood, it really won't do you much good. For example, if you're working in Silver Lake in Los Angeles, you should add, hashtag Silver Lake to your posts about your listings. It's pretty simple. Number 2, hashtag curb appeal. Since sellers may look to Twitter, Instagram, or Pinterest for curb appeal ideas, hashtag curb appeal is a great hashtag to use along with your curb appeal tips and ideas, or even with listings that show before and after pictures where you helped a seller improve curb appeal. So if you have an experience where you've done that, definitely take advantage of that experience and utilize it for yourself. Number 3, hashtag just listed. This one should be a given for any new listing that you get. So while people might not necessarily search for the just listed real estate hashtag, using just listed in your post helps build a sense of urgency. And everyone loves to check out the latest and greatest on the market. So kind of an easy one there for you. Number 4, hashtag dream home. So that is a great way to get your audience to start fantasizing about living in your listing. While this is a great real estate hashtag to use, you need to use it appropriately. Hashtag dream home makes sense for a beautiful property with mountain views, things like that, but it might not make as much sense for a 1,500 square foot tear down next to the railroad tracks. So, just use that appropriately. Number 5, hashtag home sweet home. So kind of like hashtag dream home, it helps your audience see your listing as a home rather than an empty house that they're just going to have to purchase. So while the distinction may seem trivial, getting your audience emotionally invested in your listing is essential to great marketing. Remember, homes are an emotional decision first and a rational decision second. Number 6, hashtag complimenting your clients. So if you have a great client that brought you a cool closing gift or sent you a great referral, Twitter can be a great place to kind of thank them publicly, to show off your business as well. So you might try posting a picture of that great gift that they bought you, and then use a little hashtag with it, like hashtag blessed or hashtag best client ever. So be clever and creative with your hashtags. Put a little bit of that personal touch to it, but most importantly, be honest. Don't make it seem like this big thing that it's not really. You never want to come off as fake. Number 7, hashtag a great amenity that's nearby. So another great way to bring local attention to your listing is to use a hashtag of a nearby amenity. For example, if the home is close to Lake George, adding hashtag Lake George to your tweets or Instagram post will bring in people who are interested in Lake George. They might not be ready to move, but they might know of somebody who is. And you can also use property views as a hashtag. So if the home overlooks the ocean or a river, you could use hashtag ocean view or hashtag river view and include that in there as well. Number 8, hashtag house portrait. So if you have a listing with an Instagram worthy exterior, then you should definitely use the hashtag house portrait. This is a hashtag that people use when posting exteriors of gorgeous homes. And while many of them are expensive, some just have a certain charm to it. So this is a great one for Victorians or other vintage type homes. And then my last tip on hashtags is that you're going to want to probably capitalize the first letter of each word you have in the hashtag so people can read it a little bit more easily, since there's no spaces in between the words within that phrase. So not capitalizing that first letter of each word in the hashtag will kind of make it look a little bit more meshed together, and it's harder to make out, it's harder to make stand out, and just kind of looks like gibberish. So people's eyes might just gaze right on over it, and then your hashtag's not really helping you out too much. So if you can use some capitals, then it separates it and kind of makes it easier to read. So all of these examples that you see here on the screen, that's kind of how you would want to do it. Alexandria, Virginia-based realtor Abraham Walker received an email from the Northern Virginia Association of Realtors stating that he had violated the National Association of Realtors standards of practice for advertising and was fined $450. So those standards of the NAR Code of Ethics require agents to clearly disclose brokerage associations in all advertising and licensure information on their webpage and other marketing platforms like social media. So be sure to include your HomeSmart brokerage identification on all of your social media accounts and profiles. Now, I heard a rumor that our marketing design center will soon have some agent Facebook header image templates pretty soon, hopefully. And they will have editable agent licensing and affiliation information along with some light HomeSmart branding on it. So some exciting stuff coming soon to kind of help alleviate this issue here. But I wanted to put this in here so that you guys are aware. And then if you join Abraham Walker, that's what the story is all about in Virginia. And so when that happened to him, he kind of took it to Facebook and created a public group to kind of just share what had happened to him with other realtors across the nation in hopes that, they're aware of it and aren't fined like he was. So if you're curious about, to hear more about the story or, want to know more in depth of what happened and what to look out for, go on to Facebook and then just search for Raise the Bar in Real Estate. It's a public group, so you just have to join and you can kind of see everything that people are saying in there, and then you can kind of reference some of the things that you might need to do to get yourself in the safe zone. Now that you are a social media Instagram expert, join our corporate account. So you can find our HomeSmart International Instagram account by searching HomeSmart International, and it's kind of spelled just as the way you're seeing it on your screen there in that screenshot. And then be sure to follow us. We'll be looking for you. And that's it, you guys, for our social media Instagram topic today. I hope you all got some useful takeaways to practice from it. And at this time, go ahead and start sending us questions through that Q&A portal. And Nicole is going to go through and answer any questions that we haven't yet here in just a second. But before we leave you, you can find our previous Did You Know topics and recordings in your Real Smart Agent panel under Education and then Videos. And for some reason, if you can't find this playlist in your panel, just reach out to Agent Services and they can send you the direct link to that playlist. Lastly, we'd love to have your feedback on these webinars and really want to know what you think we can do to improve your experience from home. So if you would be so kind to take a brief moment and fill that survey out. The link is posted in the chat, so we would really greatly appreciate that. And then don't forget to tune into our next Did You Know webinar on Wednesday, January 24th. We're going to be going over the new RSA panel, and the call information will remain the same as always. Once more, for further assistance, you can always reach out to your local Agent Services department. And thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to turn it over to Nicole now for the Q&A. Thanks, guys.